Inside a bright grocery store, young Maria holds up some chocolates. She asks her older sister Asia to buy them. Asia refuses because they must save their money for New York. Maria worries their father will find them and lock them up. Asia kneels down and shows Maria a bird tattoo on her wrist. Asia promises they will never be caged by him again. Asia turns away, so Maria slips the candy into her backpack. Suddenly, their angry father walks into the store. He yells loudly and begins searching for the girls. The panicked sisters quickly duck behind a tall aisle shelf. He walks down their aisle, but only finds a red basket. He angrily kicks the basket across the tiled floor. The girls quickly run for the glass exit doors. Maria's stolen candy instantly sets off the security alarm. They sprint outside into the heavy, pouring rain. Their father hears the loud alarm and chases them outside. A dark car suddenly blocks their path in the parking lot. A man steps out and tries to stop the fleeing girls. Asia immediately pulls a silver revolver from her jacket. She aims the weapon directly at her advancing father. He lunges forward, leaving Asia with absolutely no choice. She fires the gun into his chest. He collapses heavily onto the wet asphalt. The wounded man grabs Maria's leg tightly as she screams. Police cars quickly arrive with flashing red lights. An officer steps forward and grabs the crying Maria. Asia looks around in panic and runs away into the night. 10 years later, the scene jumps to a rainy night in New York. Asia stands outside the Virgil Hotel holding a blue suitcase. She looks up at a bronze carving near the door. The metal plate features creepy demons and suffering people. Asia rings the golden doorbell. An older woman named Lily opens the heavy doors. Asia introduces herself as the new maid Isabel. Lily looks suspicious and notes her voice sounds different. So Asia pulls out a fake New York ID. She hands it over and claims she has a cold. Lily lets her step inside the dimly lit lobby. Lily inserts a white key card into a wall reader. The massive wooden doors lock shut with a loud clunk. Lily explains the building was constructed in 1923. She says the neighborhood used to be full of criminals, so the heavy locks are kept as a historical reminder. Now the hotel is a highly exclusive place in Manhattan. Lily then asks Asia to hand over her cell phone. She insists the wealthy residents demand absolute privacy. Asia hesitates before dropping the phone into Lily's hand. A few wealthy guests relax on orange sofas nearby. Lily introduces Asia to an elegant blonde woman named Sharon. Sharon owns a very successful anti-aging cosmetics company. She notices Asia is shivering and wet from the rain, so Sharon kindly wraps her brown jacket around Asia's shoulders. Sharon points out a dark bruise near Asia's eye. Asia quickly lies and says she fell in the shower. Lily then guides Asia down a long yellow hallway. She explains that the service staff lives on the bottom floor. They pass a kitchen where several maids eat dinner together. The maids wear yellow uniforms and stare quietly at Asia. Suddenly, a small boy in a sailor suit steps out. The boy holds a plate and calls Asia a piggy. Lily firmly scolds the boy Damien and sends him away. She explains the staff is having a little celebration tonight. One dedicated maid will receive a special reward. They finally reach a dark wooden door at the hallway end. A bearded man suddenly steps out of Asia's new room. He carries a black garbage bag into the hallway. He is Lily's husband Ray and claims he was cleaning. Lily sharply tells him to leave the new girls alone. Ray curses at his wife and storms down the hall. Lily tells Asia to rest in her room for tonight. She promises to bring a key and give a tour tomorrow. Asia pulls her suitcase inside and closes the door. Asia takes a hot shower in the green bathroom. Thick steam fogs up the mirror above the sink. The message, "They will kill you," appears on the glass. The words vanish completely before she wipes the mirror. She gets ready for bed and hears a breathing noise. Asia climbs onto a wooden chair to check the vent. A scary face suddenly flashes in the dark, narrow space. She falls onto the rug while a mysterious woman laughs. Asia steps out to inspect the completely empty hallway. The ceiling lights suddenly shut off one by one. A single wall light flickers back on at the end. Asia spots a figure, but nobody answers her call. She quickly retreats inside her room and locks the door. She wedges the chair tightly under the brass door handle. While Asia sleeps, someone tries opening her locked bedroom door. A masked figure sneaks out from a hidden space behind the fridge. He wears a creepy pig mask and licks her bare foot. A drop of his drool falls directly onto her cheek. Asia gasps loudly and instantly wakes up in the dark. She checks beneath the bed but finds nobody hiding there. Suddenly, the man clamps a damp rag tightly over her mouth. Asia fights back and throws him down onto the small table. The violent impact shatters the wood and breaks his neck. Asia feels dizzy from the chemicals and crawls across the rug. A second masked person slides out of the open wall vent. This intruder pushes the fridge to let another stranger inside. Asia weakly drags herself toward the small wooden bedside nightstand. She fiercely yanks a black wire from the nearby lamp. She completely loses consciousness and collapses on the bedroom floor. Tumber figures standing in the dark room pull off their masks. A man complains about their friend not waiting for them. The blonde woman says he always attacks the maids first. He moves a wooden chair so two more cloaked people enter. The blonde woman leans closely over Asia on the dark floor. Asia suddenly grabs the torn lamp wires and bites down. The strong electric shock violently throws the blonde woman backward. Asia screams loudly and sprints inside a large wooden closet. The blonde woman furiously breaks a table to make wooden weapons. The man steps forward and pulls the closet doors wide open. His severed head suddenly drops as blood sprays from his neck. Asia crouches inside, holding a bloody sword near her open suitcase. She quickly fires a shotgun to blast an incoming intruder backward. A man recovers and reaches for the nearby shotgun. Asia chops off his hand and foot at the same time. She then thrusts her blade straight through his bloody mouth. She grabs the shotgun, but someone abruptly drags her backward. The weapon gets kicked away during the chaotic struggle. Asia fiercely fights her attackers before rolling under the bed. She suddenly pushes the mattress forward as a makeshift shield. She violently stabs through the fabric to kill the masked man. Sharon dodges the blade and grabs the discarded shotgun. She fires a loud blast right through the thick mattress. White feathers instantly explode into the air around them. Sharon realizes she is empty and throws the useless weapon. The two women continue their fierce physical brawl. An injured attacker suddenly throws a knife at Asia. Asia quickly ducks to avoid the flying projectile. The sharp blade hits Sharon right in the back instead. Asia delivers a brutal headbutt to bring her enemy down. The last surviving man desperately crawls into the long hallway. Asia follows him out and steps firmly onto his back. She ruthlessly stabs him against the carpeted floor. Lily steps into the corridor while slowly clapping her hands. She concludes that Asia has been lying to her. She sternly demands a real explanation from the bloody woman. A flashback reveals Asia running away in the dark rain. Her father actually survived the critical gunshot wound. He lies inside an ambulance while young Maria holds his hand. Maria returned to his custody, but Asia went to prison. Wearing an orange jumpsuit, Asia fights constantly and becomes a skilled warrior. Nearly 10 years later, a bearded investigator visits her. He slides a photo of Maria across the visitation table. He found out Maria worked at the Virgil Hotel. This place mostly hires minorities and vulnerable homeless people. Many of these workers end up going missing. The police ignore the crimes because rich guests pay them off. The investigator says a woman named Isabel was recently hired. After leaving prison, Asia visits Isabel's apartment and takes her identity. Back in the present, Asia stands in the dim hallway. She points her bloody weapon directly at Lily. Asia demands the truth and says she wants her sister. Lily stands perfectly still at the far end of the corridor. Lily explains that she also has a family to protect. She calmly states her family has very unusual needs. The dead men emerge into the hallway. One man carries his head, and another holds his hand. They press the loose body parts against their stumps. The torn skin stretches and magically seals together. A woman in a yellow maid outfit charges forward. Asia stabs her in the stomach. The smiling maid tightly grips the weapon. Asia lets go and runs into a nearby room. A boy runs forward and yells at her. He stabs a blue screwdriver into Asia's back. Asia punches the boy to knock him out. She pushes a heavy desk against the door. Lily tells the injured maid to clean the floor later. Then she pulls the bloody blade from her stomach. Lily tells Asia the building is locked down. Inside, Asia shatters a mirror and grabs a glass shard. Using the reflection, she pulls out the screwdriver. Asia tries the window, but it stays shut. She smashes a wooden chair against the tough glass. She pushes a fridge aside but finds no exit. Asia checks a wall vent, but it stays shut. She drops down and moves a rug aside. This reveals a wooden trapdoor in the floor. Asia opens the hatch and jumps into the tunnel. Asia crawls through the dark tunnel. She hears someone approaching and pulls herself up into the wooden ceiling beams. A large man crawls directly underneath her hiding spot. She waits for him to pass and resumes her escape. Soon, she stops when she hears voices above her. The group argues about failing to catch her and mentions their immortality. Asia peeks through a narrow slit in the wood. She pushes her finger through and slightly moves a green book. The people hear the noise and open the shelf. Asia quickly yanks the hidden door shut. Suddenly, a long blade stabs blindly through the wooden slats. The weapon eventually pierces right through Asia's hand. The killers climb into the tunnel to grab her. Asia violently pulls her hand off the sharp metal and crawls away. The older woman yells that they need Asia alive. A blonde woman aggressively crawls after her through the tight space. She lunges and grabs Asia by the ankle. Asia kicks her off and they begin to struggle. Asia grabs her screwdriver and forcefully stabs the blonde's hand. She tackles her and repeatedly stabs her in the chest. The woman finally stops moving. Asia gathers a shotgun and some shells from the body. She tries to leave, but the blonde suddenly wakes up. The woman grabs Asia and pins her down. Asia quickly aims the shotgun and blows her head off. The loud gunshot alerts another man nearby. The blonde's headless body suddenly twitches and wakes back up. The bloody corpse frantically chases Asia down the narrow passage. Asia scurries backward in panic until the body collapses. Asia cautiously raises her shotgun and takes aim. The headless corpse suddenly turns and crawls away into the darkness. Suddenly, a hand clamps tightly over Asia's mouth. A man in a blue cap drags her backward into a passage. They hide quietly as Kevin crawls past with his sword. After Kevin leaves, the man reveals he wrote the mirror message. He explains the hotel is a secret temple for Satan. The cult founders traded human sacrifices for total immortality. A person cannot die die if their name is on a special list. They can resurrect from just a tiny piece of skin. The cult members are mostly very wealthy people. They hire nobodies as staff to kill them freely. Sometimes, a lucky few are chosen to join the family. If a member fails, their name is erased from the list. This makes them mortal again, and they are executed. He warns Asia that she is tonight's main sacrifice. Meanwhile, a bloody eyeball drops from Sharon's severed head. The eye drags a long red nerve behind it like a tail. It slithers across the wooden floor to track them down. Asia looks through a rusty metal vent and sees naked people below. Ray explains that immortality makes these rich people very bored. He says each hotel floor is dedicated to a specific vice. Eventually, they drop down from the ceiling into a red bedroom. To Asia's surprise, Ray aims his shotgun at her sister Maria. Asia quickly warns Maria about the dangerous cult to save her. Maria calmly responds that she already knows about the cult. A flashback shows Maria cleaning while a creepy man watches her. One rainy night, Maria finds a job poster for the hotel. Soon after, she wakes up surrounded by creepy masked cultists. Lily explains that they recently caught a hotel maid stealing. She offers the open cleaning job to Maria instead. Maria accepts the strange offer to avoid getting killed. Back in the present, Maria loudly yells at her older sister. She aggressively blames her for completely leaving her behind. Maria firmly states that the hotel is her home now. The two sisters argue and curse at each other angrily. Asia gets very mad and punches Maria in the face. Maria falls backward onto the soft red bed, completely unconscious. Asia turns around and quickly asks Ray how to escape. He says the only way out is a roof ladder, but they must first cross the very dangerous 9th floor. Ray eventually agrees to help Asia escape the cursed building. An eyeball falls from a vent onto a red cushion. Asia quickly crushes the creepy eye in her bloody hand. Meanwhile, Kevin finds a headless body in a dark basement. The body uses hand gestures to reveal Asia's escape plan. Kevin understands and promptly texts the message to his friends. Two angry men suddenly burst through the wooden bedroom door. Asia fires a shotgun and blasts them into the hallway. She throws the unconscious Maria over her shoulder and runs. Lily and Kevin chase the group down a dark corridor. Ray forcefully shoves some strange women into the rushing attackers. Asia uses the distraction to shove Maria into a dumbwaiter. Ray blocks the hall, but Kevin violently wrestles him down. Kevin opens the dumbwaiter, but the terrified sisters are gone. The furious group circles around and easily captures Ray instead. Inside a green kitchen, Asia struggles to pull Maria out. A heavy black pan accidentally drops and hits the floor. A bearded cultist hears the loud clang and turns around. Asia panics and drags Maria behind some shiny metal pots. The huge man grabs the shotgun left inside the dumbwaiter. He forcefully knocks the pots aside to expose the sisters. He drags Asia by the leg and raises his weapon. Asia desperately struggles on the tile floor to defend herself. Lily asks a tied-up Ray why he betrayed their cult. Ray looks exhausted and explains his change of heart. He felt proud when they cleared street scum from the neighborhood. Now he hates that they murder innocent women looking for work. Lily leans forward, reminding him the cult gave them a home. Ray strongly disagrees and calls their life a prison. Suddenly, Kevin enters to announce it is time for the broadcast. Lily leaves Ray, guarded by a recovering Sharon. Her severed head is bizarrely regrowing on a new body. Soon, Billy's voice echoes over the public broadcast system. She announces that all elevators are now disabled. Maids load a cleaning cart with golf clubs and bats. Masked cultists march down the hallway carrying various weapons. Lily orders everyone to actively hunt Asia down. They must capture her alive, but they can make her suffer. In the kitchen, Maria ties a red cloth around the attacker's mouth. She tells Asia she will cause a distraction so she can reach the elevator shaft. After Maria leaves the room, Asia hears a woman squealing loudly. She grabs the shotgun and a yellow-handled axe to investigate. Asia cautiously enters a dark dining room before a cult member jumps onto her. She quickly turns around and fires the shotgun at him. More cultists rush out from hiding spots behind the covered tables. They attack her from all sides in the dark and steal her shotgun. They hit her repeatedly until she crawls out into the hallway. While running away, Asia trips heavily over a golden drink cart. She grabs a cloth and quickly soaks it in alcohol from the broken bottles. She wraps it around the axe head and sets it on fire. As Asia stands up, the cult members appear and reveal they have captured Maria. A man holds his hand tightly over the struggling Maria's mouth. A furious Asia charges back inside and attacks them with her burning weapon. The bright flames help her see better as she sets them on fire. She uses the room's furniture to her advantage, throwing a burning chair at them. When a man pushes Asia onto a round table, she swings her axe downward. She chops right through his black shoe and proceeds to beat him up. A masked man points a shotgun at Asia. She kicks a round table up for cover. She makes a massive jump right behind it. The heavy blast shatters the wood completely. Asia flies through the debris with her axe. She brutally slices the shooter straight in half. The ceiling sprinklers activate and kill the flames. Asia pins a fallen man down with her foot. He begs for mercy and claims they are nice people. A sudden gunshot blows his head wide open. Asia turns and sees Maria holding a shotgun. The sisters share a long and emotional hug. Maria cries and apologizes for her mistakes. They agree to escape this place together. Around them, the dead killers start reviving. The girls rush down the hallway in panic. They pry the elevator door doors open to escape. They climb down into the dark shaft to hide. Maria asks how Asia learned to fight. Asia replies that she learned it in prison. It was much better than living with their father. Maria reveals their dad died of cancer years ago. Asia feels guilty and apologizes for abandoning her sister. Lily finds the dining room doors blocked by a bloody axe. She pulls it out and sees the dead cultists slowly moving again. She orders the group to search every floor. Soon, Lily spots fresh blood smeared on the elevator doors. Inside the dark shaft, Asia and Maria climb a tall ladder. A man bursts through the doors below and climbs after them. Asia fires the shotgun, but the man dodges the blast. She drops a red shell while reloading, but Maria catches it. Asia loads the weapon, but it instantly jams. She angrily throws the useless gun at the climbing man. Higher up, another cultist opens the doors and tries grabbing them. The sisters yank his arm and toss him down the shaft. He crashes into his partner, sending both men falling backward. One body hits the elevator roof with a wet thud. Asia and Maria step onto the floor and suddenly freeze. Lily and the entire masked cult stand there waiting. Asia steps toward the open shaft and threatens to jump. She demands they let her sister go free. Lily just smirks and mocks Asia for not knowing Maria. A flashback reveals Maria made a dark deal with the cult. Maria was supposed to sacrifice a woman named Isabel. Because Asia unexpectedly arrived, Maria is now completely out of time. She will die tonight if she fails to offer a sacrifice. Lily coldly commands her men to grab the sisters. Asia fights back and dives into the empty shaft. A massive cultist quickly catches her bare ankle. He dangles her upside down and hauls her back inside. As the men hold Asia tight, Lily brutally stabs her stomach. The group takes the sisters into a dark, candlelit shrine. A severed pig's head rests on a tall wooden stick. Lily offers a bloody piece of skin to its snout. A dark figure appears behind a glowing red pentagram window. Satan possesses the head, so its bloody snout suddenly twitches. The cult offers Asia a sacrifice while reporting the traitors. A wet tentacle drops down to cross Ray's name out. The possessed pig orders Lily to kill Ray right away. Lily looks terrified, but Satan threatens her for showing hesitation. Lily shares some final loving words before slashing his throat. Two cultists dump Ray's dead body into a trash bin. Maria steps forward to nervously apologize for her past mistakes. She cries in fear while begging Satan for another chance. Satan orders her to sign her name and kill Asia. Maria grabs a sharp tool to write on the head. Maria faces her sister and wishes they had more time. She finally declares that this is the only way out. Suddenly, Maria slices her own throat and falls to the cold floor. Asia drops down to apologize, and Maria asks her to defeat the cult. Satan confirms the sacrifice counts because Maria wrote Asia's name on the pig. Asia is now immortal, so she quickly cuts the skin with her name. She tucks it into her pocket as all her wounds instantly heal. Standing up, Asia throws a heavy cleaver straight into a man's head. Two more guys attack her next. Asia catches one with a hooked chain and hangs him from the ceiling. Using the same chain, she ties the other man up and stabs him. Kevin attacks next, but Asia impales him against a frosty wall. When Sharon charges forward, Asia quickly decapitates her and kicks her head away. Suddenly, the first large man resurrects from the dead. Lily pulls the cleaver from his head and attacks Asia. Asia easily sweeps her legs to bring her down. The man grabs Asia's neck and smashes her against an icy wall. This breaks a thick pipe, and freezing gas sprays out everywhere. Asia quickly spins him around and impales his head on the broken pipe. As other cultists resurrect, Lily begs Satan for some help. The pig's head flies over and completely covers Lily's face. Fleshy tentacles shoot out to penetrate her skin and grant her power. Lily drops onto all fours and quickly charges at Asia. Her body is much stronger now, making her attacks relentless. However, Asia stays quick and successfully chops the squirming tentacles off. The pig monster bites Asia's knife to quickly disarm her. Then it brutally stabs her shoulder with a sharp blade. Lily speaks through the mask using Maria's voice to cause guilt. A furious Asia grabs the wet snout and rips the head off. Lily charges forward, but Asia swings the head as a weapon. The blow sends Lily flying backward onto the sharp wooden stick. Asia holds the severed head and demands her sister back. The demon states it requires another life for a fair trade. Asia drenches the head with liquid from a white spray bottle. She pins it over a grate before bright flames ignite it. The written names burn away and the injured cultists drop dead. Asia pushes the burning head down the corridor on a cart. It falls down an elevator shaft and violently explodes below. Carrying Maria, Asia orders the remaining masked members to leave immediately. She uses a bloody keycard to unlock the front doors. The investigator waits outside next to his car in the rain. Asia places Maria inside and spots a bird tattoo on her neck. She reveals the cut pig skin with Maria's name written on it. Maria gasps for air as her fatal neck wound miraculously closes. The sisters share a hug while the leathery skin pulses slightly. The investigator drives away before the building's roof erupts in fire. Thanks for watching.